The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. They start the drive with Cook. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And they'll send the slot in motion left. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
The Vikings at 3-6 now on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football. But if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Back to the ground, Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They run it again with Cook. And he gets it down to the 32.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he will have a Vikings first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
2nd and 5. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And able to get this out to the 25. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. 7-7, our score after one.
Score time, 7-7.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And some space here. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
14 more yards. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36.
36-yard line.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Back to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Looking to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And the Browns first down.
look to throw here on first down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Cook again, and he is going to lose yardage here. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll set up to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. He finds some open field here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 114 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. Back to throw now on 1st down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there to bring him down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. He'll get it inside the 20. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. They'll look to throw here. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns would extend their lead here just before halftime. The York on now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And they run with Jacobs on first down, and he'll take this forward for about 5.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Once again, it's Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 129 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Now a play fake here on first down. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On second down, Jacobs. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
At the 10-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. It's their quarterback. His third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. York now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Browns 28, Vikings 7.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Back to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Jacobs fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. They'll drop to throw. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. He'll find Thielen working the middle. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
A loss of 11 yards. It's 2nd down.
Now back to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the Vikings now to start their next drive. You see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
At the 28-yard line.
Now Cook running right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson, 32 yards. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
14.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Browns drive about to get started. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think you might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They go play action here on first down. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Merriman.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On second down, Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tony Field, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And the slot man goes in motion left. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And some room to maneuver.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now receiver in motion left. Back to throw.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns add on to their fourth quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Vikings 21.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere,